Yes.
Thank y'all for joining us. We're here. We're here. We're here. So once again, like I said, we are the Three Clarks, and we are in the building, hanging out, just doing our thing.
Where
Just
I'm
doing our
looking,
thing.
where I'm looking.
You're looking straight ahead, Shante. You're looking straight ahead. That's where you're looking. You're
Everywhere.
looking straight ahead. Looking straight ahead.
Straight
You're
ahead.
looking straight ahead. Straight ahead.
Straight ahead.
There we are. There we are. We
Look,
are
we're
there.
straight ahead.
Straight
We
ahead.
are there. Welcome to everybody hanging out with us on the Three Clarks. I appreciate y'all joining us for 2023, and we just come in to have fun. As I say, my therapy sessions are back. We took a month and a half off.
From his therapy.
We took a month and a half off to get our
From his
minds right,
therapy.
deal with the
Therapy.
holidays. What else we do? We did the holidays. We did Christmas.
Just extension.
Oh, did.
Yeah. New tattoos.
That's why it smells like Ben Gay in here.
New things going on.
Not being gay.
Yeah, welcome. So, welcome. Appreciate y'all tuning in. So, Shantae, how you doing?
Okay, I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Yeah.
You are wonderful. Jeffrey, how you doing?
Excellent. Doing good.
Excellent.
Really good.
To hear,
Excellent.
to hear. All right, let's get into it. So, our subject for today is called love, sex, dating, and marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, love, sex, dating, and marriage.
Sex.
That's going to be our topic
Dang.
for today. But before we get into the main topic, we're going to talk about some of these celebrities and the celebrity news that's going on. So,
Not too long, because I want to talk about this topic. Hurry on up, buddy.
you want to talk about this topic? So let's talk about Miss, what's her name? Lori Harvey.
Is she relevant? No, I'm just kidding.
When you talk about love,
I'm just
sex, dating, Lori Harvey,
kidding. Lori Harvey.
Lori
When
Harvey.
you talk about Lori Harvey, which is she's dating a new man.
Mhm.
Of course she is.
She's dating. I can't pronounce his last name. His name is, I think it's Damon. I don't know. He's on a show called Snowfall for FX.
Yeah.
He's a British actor. He's on the Snowfall show, so he's dating. So everybody's all hoopla about Lori Harvey jumping man to man, dating or having sex with all these men. But it's just like she's young.
How old is she?
She's 25, 26. She just turned
Oh,
26.
yeah. Girl,
Yeah.
you in your 20s.
But she's been connected to Future. She's been connected to not Sean Combs, but Justin Combs, Michael B. Jordan.
I mean, and she's doing that because she's.
Everybody, yeah.
I mean, she's 25. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I was dating everybody under the sun at 25 too.
So it's like she can't date who she wants to date. It's like
She can.
It's like
They just gonna have something to say about it.
Everybody has something to say about it. It's like, well, I remember when what's the name? Taylor Swift was jumping around dating all these different guys and nobody was saying nothing. So it's like,
they were.
A double standard.
Yeah, they were saying something.
They were.
She made a whole song about it.
But she made a song. She made millions of it.
Right, she made a song because she was tired of people talking about her.
I can do who I want to date.
Yeah.
I can do what I want to do.
I guess it's just different because she's a celebrity. It looks, I guess, just like, I don't know. It just looks bad in the public. Are you dating all these celebrities?
Right. Women do that junk all the time. Like, I literally had a dude for every single thing that I wanted to do.
Oh.
So if I wanted to go to the movies, I had a dude that I was going to the movies with.
You had your starting, as they call used back in the days, called your starting five.
Right. If I wanted to go eat lobster dinner, I had somebody to do that with. If I wanted to go, kick it in the ghetto, I had somebody to do that with. If I was trying to be prim and proper, I had
Yeah.
She ain't doing nothing that the other 25-year-old women who are pretty
do.
They giving her a harder, as Breeza said, they're giving her a harder time, but she's only dated 5 guys in the last 3 years. Obviously, her status and age, that's pretty average. They need to chill on the
Yeah, she's young, have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. It's like,
and
she's young and beautiful. Girl,
more or less they talk about all these famous people just rotate the same. Everybody rotates the same people in the same circle.
Yeah.
Is there no other women out there or no other guys out there? Y'all all in the same circle, dating each other, hanging out with each other.
I guess Hollywood, you're going to be in the same circle, period. I guess, for the most part.
Unless you keeping it on the DL.
Unless you come,
I guess it's because it's your money and your status. Like, you really can't date nobody regular because
not
they're
really
looking for money or they're looking for the status.
Well, y'all just not in the same mind frame.
Listen, if I was famous and I'm 25, guess what I'm doing?
But you gonna date the other girl? Like, okay, Future had her, so I'm gonna date Future girl. Or Drake's last. Drake was dating her last. I want to date her now.
I mean,
like, Drake was hanging out playing basketball last week. He was dating her that week. Now, next week I'm dating her now. I'm
sure they're not thinking about it like that. Mm-hmm. They're just like, oh, she seems like she's probably cool. So let me see what's up with her. I mean, last time I talked to her, she was kicking it with somebody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're in college, you know, and like, let's say the college is off, like Statesboro, right? Okay. And so everybody is dating everybody at Statesboro. They're not going back to Atlanta to find somebody to date them. They're all dating each other.
Well, you got some of them that have the girl boos back at home. That they just...
Yeah, but they dating, but they got a campus boo.
Yeah.
They got a campus boo. Don't play.
And then you know, Michael B. Jordan, he wanted to settle down, and she was like, "No, I'm too young."
Right? She's like, "I'm 25."
For all we know, Michael B. Jordan could be lame. He could probably be. He probably didn't like him. I mean, she probably.
Lame, really.
I mean, I'm not lame. I'm sorry, not lame, but maybe she probably just.
She wants to have fun.
I'm with you, Jeffrey.
Maybe they just did not weren't compatible, because you know all the social media posts they used to have. Sometimes couples can overpost stuff and stuff ain't going right in a relationship.
Listen, we can do
that all the time.
Show about that.
Overposted.
Like when some junk ain't right, and they just post like, "I love him, he's my
they just they
divorce.
That part.
Speaking of divorce and marriage, congratulations to Apollo Nida.
What? What Apollo doing?
What was it?
Jeffrey Apollo Nida is
Phaedra's
ex-husband from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay.
Spent time in jail for fraud.
Oh.
You know, he used to work at a barbershop down the street from here.
Yeah.
In the in the late 90s.
Oh.
He was dating my cousin.
Oh, wow.
So he's married again.
Oh, he's out of jail?
He's been out of jail. I think he's been out of jail.
He big?
He done married. He done got married again. So we want to congratulations to him.
Okay.
Who's that? She looked familiar.
She's not nobody famous. She's just his new wife. She's
good.
Really not nobody famous.
Don't get nobody famous, dog. Go get you.
So we on our congratulations tour right now. So we're talking congratulations.
I mean, she looks like somebody I know.
I don't think she's. I don't know. I think they live in Atlanta now, but I don't think she's from Atlanta. I don't think she's from Atlanta. So we also want to give a congratulations out to Miss Anika Noni Rose. Do you know who Miss Anika Noni Rose is?
Yeah. Princess and the Frog.
Princess and the Frog.
Oh, okay.
Actress. She got secretly married.
Jeffrey,
look at me like I'm supposed to know who that is.
She's a good actress. She's a voice actress.
The voice.
She's not an A-list. She's not. She's not an Angela Bassett. She's a more like.
Okay.
So picture. So she got married to this actor. He's been in Tyler Perry movies and stuff. I can't remember his name, but he's been on a couple of things.
I'm trying to see. I don't know who he is though.
He's been in Tyler Perry. He's been in Saints and Sinners. I think some of that stuff on
Saints and Sinners.
But they got married secretly.
Why?
Like 3 months ago, because I guess
why?
So certain famous people just want to get married. What you know? What the funny thing is, it might not be a single. They might have just got married. And nobody really cared. That might have been the case. They might have just got married, and then they put it in. And then she got in Bride magazine and said, I'm married now. And everybody, okay, congratulations, next. So that may have been the case. That may have been the case, and we want to give 2 more congratulations on. This is a baby news. Congratulations to Gucci Mane and Keisha Kaur.
Oh, okay.
They're having their second child together.
Okay.
It's going to be a girl. The first one they had together was a boy. And y'all hear what I'm saying? Together.
Right. That means they got other kids on the side.
Yeah. Before they got together, they got. I think this brings their totals to like Nick Cannon 12 or Nick Cannon.
Oh my goodness.
I'm calling it like a Nick Cannon 12, Nick Cannon 13.
My goodness. He got too many babies.
Because I think Keisha had 5 before Gucci, and then Gucci had. I think Gucci had 5 before her.
Kids.
Yeah. But she look
Jesus.
good. I give it
And that's
to her.
what I'm saying. These
She look
ladies got
good.
that damn snapback. What
Yeah,
the
she
hell?
look good. She look
But
good.
you know, you can't
Okay.
say that because you don't know what type of surgery she's gotten done over the years
Yeah.
to make her look like that.
I don't know what she has, but she stayed with Gucci. She's the same one that stayed with Gucci when he was in jail, and then he left her with like $6 million, and she turned it into 20 when by the time he got out of jail.
That's
So
what I'm
it's like
talking
she
about,
left
girl.
him. She like, I'm going to jail for these years. And then Gucci came out a whole different, went from fat to skinny, and all it changed his whole life. So yeah, so I'm happy for them, you know.
Yeah.
And then we want to say another happy to one of our favorite couples, John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. They just had their new baby girl, their fourth child. If y'all remember, Chrissy Teigen was going through it.
Oh yeah, because
last
she
year.
lost the baby.
She lost the baby. The baby was stillborn. They had a son that was born, and they had.
They're real cute together.
Yeah, she was contemplating not ever having babies, and then all of a sudden she said she's pregnant, so they're happy. So yeah, this is a beautiful couple. I like them. They're fun together. You know, you just watch them on TV like, oh, I want to be with you. I want to go hang out with Chrissy and John Legend.
Yeah, actually, John, he seemed like he kind of fun too.
Like,
Chrissy
made the drinks and John be playing the music. Like, what's going on? Let's hang out.
Right, they actually seem like they're a pretty cool couple. Like I really like them together. They're very cute.
Oh yeah.
Jeffrey's like, okay, whatever.
Like, oh, okay. So one last congratulations. This is nothing love and marriage. This has just popped up on my feed. So y'all know who this man is? Y'all know who that is? That's Flo Rida.
I don't see anybody.
He's coming up. So Flo Rida.
Oh, child, that stomach. He look big.
So Flo Rida it's basically the rich getting richer.
Mm-hmm.
So Flo Rida had a deal with what's it called? Cellulose energy drink. I think it was called. I can't pronounce. I pronounce wrong. He had a deal with Cellulose energy drink back in 2013, 2014. I don't know what happened in between that, but something fell apart. They said they paid him all his money. He took him to court because he was supposed to have like a percentage deal in it when they were nothing. And he said his songs were playing in their ads, and they were supposed to give him a percentage. And they said, "We paid you how much million? You're good. Leave us alone." So now they're paying him. He just won his court case for $82.6 million.
Wow.
So you gotta think about this. People want to use your likeness, get big. And
wow.
Say, oh, y'all,
I can. That's all I can say is wow.
Yeah.
It's like you go. They want to push you to the side.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're gonna use your music. We're gonna pay you these pennies. And they have it all the time in music and music, movies, and all that. They want to push you to the side and say, "Hey, we're going to use this, and then we're going to blow up, and then you got what you needed."
Yeah.
So the rich getting richer. Side note: this just popped up. Miss Beyonce getting richer too. She's getting paid $24 million for a concert in the United Emirates.
Wow.
For one concert. They're hiring her to open a hotel. $24 million.
Where's the hotel?
In the Middle East. Go ahead, Beyonce, make that money.
All right, damn, Beyonce.
All right, so topic of the day: love, sex, dating, and marriage. So, as we talked about some dating, Lori Harvey, on social media, we can get a lot of press nowadays. Women talking about what a man needs to do when it comes to marriage versus dating. So all these women talk about, well, I'm dating you. What you gonna give me? You know, I need $1,200. My light bill's due. I got a babysitter. I got car notes. I got this. So instead of saying, "Hey, let's go out to dinner, have a good time, get to know each other," they're talking about, well, you know, if we're gonna hang out, you got to pay me money. It's no more. Let's hang out. Let's get to know each other. It's like, okay, I need babysitter money. Rent's due. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. So if you want my time, you gotta pay for it.
Basically.
So how can anybody get to dating and getting to know each other anymore? How's that? And then the marriage part of it is women say, well, if I get married, my husband, he needs to pay for everything. And if I make money, that's for me. But whatever he make me take care of the household.
So let's break this down.
Okay.
Let's
so the women's part.
First, let's go back to the dating situation, right? You want me to be a porn star. You want me to do every single thing you seen in the video.
Okay.
Right? And you want me to do that for free. These young ladies are getting paid to do that.
Okay.
Okay? But you want me to do it for free.
For us dating?
Dating.
Let's talk about dating.
You want me to do what the porn stars are doing for free. So you want me to just, I want you to pull it out. I want you to do this. I want you to poke it out. I want you to, slob on the knob like horn on the car. You want me to do all of this crazy stuff in the bed. This is the expectation. This is not like at the bottom level. This is at the top level. You want me to do the top level stuff when we dating. But then you don't want to pay the top level dollar to get it.
So you want to get paid? You
want
to get paid for doing that?
So it's more or less.
We talking about dating or prostitution? What are we talking about here?
No,
prostitution is the oldest profession, but it's like, okay, what?
What I'm saying is that y'all need to lower your standards of what you believe dating is. There ain't no Netflix and chill.
Okay. It's like we're going out to the movies, we go out to Top Golf, we go out to a little bar and just,
but
let's define dating. Okay. Reason saying let's define dating. What is defining dating? Dating is you go out, you're hanging out, you go to the movies, you go get a drink, you go have dinner, you go to the park, you go to activities, you go to the museum, you hang out at home, okay. If the horizontal mambo's you can do that too. That's dating.
But the expectation of what women should be doing during the first, second, and third date.
Wait, whose expectation? No, don't generalize. Don't generalize because not all men have the same expectation.
Exactly.
But a lot of men do, just like all women don't expect y'all to pay all the bills. It's the same thing.
Well, we're not saying all women want to play. We're not saying that.
Okay.
So you're generalizing. Nobody's generalizing. You can't generalize. All men have this expectation.
Right, but the men who do have that expectation, that's why the women be like, okay, you gonna pay my bills. Exactly.
I'm paying my bills. I'm paying my bills. You want to pay your bills. I want to take you out. So, okay, I'm going to say, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Would you like to go out? Would you like to go have dinner, get to know each other, have some coffee? Let's talk. Let's meet each other. Oh well, no, I need.
But listen to what Jeffrey just said.
What's that?
You are making a generalized statement. Every woman does not feel that way.
No, but
what?
Feel what way?
Women on social media that pop up and talk about I can't find no good man. What is the good man? What do you want from a good? What do you consider a good man if you're trying to tell him he need to pay my bills so we can hang out?
Well, those girls are gold diggers.
There's an assumption that we have all these expectations before we even start dating, and they're coming off the front, off automatically. Like you're supposed to do all of this for me automatically without even dating first.
You know why?
Why?
Why is it?
Because there's men willing to do it. So as long as there's a man willing to do it, listen. You don't know if they'll do it unless you ask.
So and that's where you get the distinction of a good, decent man and somebody a bum that y'all end up with. Y'all end up having kids with these bums that y'all getting instead of passing up the good dudes that actually want to date you and get to know you and marry you. But then you end up getting with these you ignore the red flags because he gonna pay for this and pay for that before you even get to know him, and then y'all end up having kids with these bums. Now you're baby mama. Now you go back to the good dude and expect him to take care. No, it don't work like that.
And I mean, I get that. I literally know someone that had people pay for her. Pay for all the everything, but they always cheated on her. Like, always cheated on her. And I was just like,
that's going to happen almost.
I don't understand. Like, I literally don't understand. Leave that dude. But she couldn't.
Because?
You know why?
Exactly. And unfortunately, that's the problem with a lot of females. They looking for what's in his pocket, as opposed to what kind of person he is.
And there's women said that because
and the younger women
said that in an interview recently.
Said what?
She said in her first marriage, she was the breadwinner.
She married in her first marriage, she was a breadwinner. So she said, I was a breadwinner, so I believe I was allowed to go ahead and cheat. I go ahead and do what I want to do because I brought the money. I'll take care of the house, so I can go ahead and do whatever I want to do. And she said, and then in the interview, people said, well, that's what a lot of men thought. Women who have money, who take care of households and bring home the money, have to say, is it the money or is it just the men? It's not the men and or women that do it. It's just whoever has the money thinks they can do whatever they want because they take care of the bills.
Not necessarily. So what I do think is it depends on how the other person is pulling their weight. Because this is the thing. Money is just one part of running a household. You know what I'm saying? So inherently, there's always going to be one person who makes more than the other. I mean, that's y'all are never going to make the same amount of money all the time.
Same job, unless y'all own a business and y'all working the same business together. That's the only time y'all have the same amount of money.
A lot of the times, why they feel that way is when the other person is not pulling their weight. So, and that doesn't have to be monetary. That could be like, okay, you see that I worked all day, but yet I still need to come home and clean up and cook and wash the dishes and take care of the kid and do the homework, and your ass is just sitting here. So yes, I feel like I can go do whatever I want to do because you ain't even doing nothing. I got 2 children. So yes.
So I guess the guy with the money, he's like, okay, I pay for a maid, I pay for a nanny,
right?
And I'm taking care of all the bills in the house, and all you doing is eating bonbons. Like, okay, and then you like, I got a headache tonight. It's like, okay, you only want to do that. It's like what's going on? So he's like, okay, well, that's whatever.
Right.
So I got a couple of comments. Is it just getting to know someone with no sex involved? I do not believe a man you barely know should be paying bills. However, I do think that if wanting to genuinely get to know a woman, spend time, be romantic prior in her life, expect her time, energy, and attention, then he needs to. Oh Lord, why would he
be a romantic priority in her life?
He needs to be prepared to use his resources to gain her.
Yeah, because it's a lot to. It's a lot to take your energy and pour it into somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I think it's vice versa too. You know, I think the man, he's pouring his energy, but let's be honest. Women do pour a lot more emotional energy into a person, and that can be very draining. And that's just the truth.
I mean, that's
the truth. I mean,
you're not lying. Women generally love harder than we do. Y'all usually,
that's not to say that y'all won't ride or die for us, or that you won't do everything that you can to, you know, make sure that we're straight. But it's just, you know, it was intended for the man to take care of home, however that looks in your situation.
Yeah.
So when you're not doing that, we feel like you need to do more. So it's like, okay, since I'm not feeling it from you in other ways, the only way I can get it out of you is monetarily.
So there's a distortion of what relationships are these days. There's no longer a sense of courtships.
Yeah.
I don't think that's at all courtships at all.
So it's like a lot of people, like women, a lot of women say they want, you know, the old-fashioned man to pay all the bills and take care of the home and everything, and that's perfectly fine. But then they want to be a modern day woman. They don't want to be old fashioned either, and I think that's the problem. He needs to do all of this and do all that. That's perfectly fine. But then you want to be a modern day woman. You don't want to be old fashioned either. We're gonna be old fashioned together. You know what I'm saying? You can't have.
It's gotta be a balance. There's gotta be a balance.
There's gotta be a balance. Like I will do that. I will be the man in the house and take care of everything. You gotta be old fashioned too now. I'm just saying we got
also.
I mean, I agree with that. I agree that you should understand what your love language is, because it's really kind of what we're saying. It's like some people are very like they feel love when they have material things. So it's like maybe these women who are out there saying what they're saying, maybe they don't have maybe they don't understand how to express themselves. So they're doing it in a way that they think that they will attract the type of person that's going to do what they need them to do so that they can feel loved and secure. Because all a woman really ever wants is to feel secure. Like, they want to know that, you know, their bills are taken care of. They want to know that they got a roof over their head. And yeah, the women can get a little ridiculous and out of control, but that is because the idea of a man paying for everything and it be big Willie style has come from social media, has come from all of these places where, you know, that's just a small sliver of the entire population
like
of people.
1%.
Right.
We can't, nobody can do that no more. It's impossible.
Maybe y'all see the price of eggs.
Goodness gracious.
So I'm gonna I got more comments. I'm gonna say something to y'all in a second. Also on the topic of man paying all the bills, rent, utilities, cars, food, etc. My comments is blowing up. Comments is blowing up tonight. I think a day and the age, unless he's making $200,000 to $300,000 a year, then that's financially irresponsible and a burden. I could never work full time and not contribute to my household. Contribute, not go half.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't even contribute, go half, necessarily go half. It contribute, might even have to go half. You might have to go 90%, and he might have to go 10% at a time. Or he might be doing 100, you might be doing nothing. Somebody might be out of work. Somebody might be, laid off, or somebody might be down on their luck, or their check don't come this week, or their check don't come that month. It can never be a 50-50 ever. It's going to be a 80-90, 70-30, but it's going to flip-flop always. It's always going to flip-flop if you're in a real relationship.
So Dante said there's been too much imbalance. A lot of men have spent a lot of time trying to adjust and understand the new updated standards, only to be more confused when hearing what women want. So I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like the man that wants to take care, because there's men out there who do want to take care of women 100%, and they don't want their woman to do anything but pop out babies.
And I'm gonna say something like this. You said that. I'm gonna go on what you just said. They want to take care of their woman, but they don't necessarily have to take care of their woman financially. But they want to take care of the woman. They want to take care of the woman like a one. Go ahead and finish your statement now. Go ahead and I'll say what I mean.
But there's some men who do. They want the woman to be able to save their money. Case in point, my dad wants to pay all the bills, right? And he wants my mom to just do whatever with her money.
He's an old school dude, though.
And he said that. Like, he was like, I'd be perfectly fine if your mom wanted to stop working and I just work and I take care of everything. She doesn't have to do anything. He said that a million times. A million times.
And your mom is old fashioned too. She does.
But my mom is old fashioned. But my mom's like, oh no, boo, I'm gonna have my own money.
Oh yeah.
Okay. There ain't gonna be no, you just taking care of me and I'm just sitting here. So that's what I'm saying. So there's men out there that are like that still, and I still feel that there is a woman for that man. But I think what bothers people the most is that women can get so arrogant about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you are like, well, I ain't gonna date you unless and that might be true, but because you putting it on blast, that's why you getting the attention.
And you got some. Okay, so I saw this other part where a woman said, I'm a strong independent woman. Well, the strong independent woman is a myth. It's like, if you want to be the strong independent woman and say, I don't need a man for this, I don't need a man for that.
Nobody wants
you need somebody. If you're a heterosexual female and you want a man in your life, you need a man for love, comfort, and support.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want to be an independent woman that don't need a man. I need my husband every day, all day. I need him. Like, when I start saying that I don't need you, then what are we doing?
Yeah.
These women have grown. They became single mothers, young age. They had to take care of the household. They might have, been successful in what they done.
But I saw one woman, she said, I'm a strong independent. I own businesses, I own cars, I own my own home. But I do want a man, and I can be submissive to him. It's not about the money. It's about me loving him and being, as she said, godly. It's like I can be a submissive man, no matter just because I'm making money and I can be strong. I can be strong with him, and I don't have to be strong by myself. And I think some of these younger girls don't understand that. Some of them do, because I think this young lady, she might have been in her early 30s. Understand that you got to be strong. You got to be strong for yourself, but you can be strong for somebody, with somebody, and earn to be submissive in a certain sense. So I know there's certain gender norms and unnorms that you can't go, and pronouns and stuff like this, but it's just like right now we're talking on subjects that we know about and that we understand is the male and female dynamics.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I agree that you should be a strong Black woman, but in the sense of standing up for yourself, knowing what's right for you, not getting treated like a doormat, fighting for, equality in terms of, your intelligence level and your pay and things like that. That's where I feel like, being a strong Black woman comes in, but not necessarily, in the dynamic of having a marriage. I feel like you need strong Black men and you need strong Black women.
We need each other.
I mean, we need each other to make a part of a whole. I think all the time, when me and Dwayne were raising our daughter, and it's different things that like he can be strong and teach her, and then there's different things that I can be strong and teach her. Like I can teach her how to be a woman and feminine, and I'm really into the books, I'm really into finances, and and really into making sure that she understands her hygiene and stuff like that. So that's very important to me. He makes sure that she's responsible, doing the things that she's supposed to. Like he's hard on her when it comes to that. I'm a little bit easier because I want to take care of her, and he's like, no, you need to be able to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there is a balance. I just feel that sometimes, when women can't express themselves because they didn't have that strong Black male figure in their life, they don't know how to express themselves. So they're crying out in different ways to try to get what they felt like they didn't get in the past. You know what I'm saying? So maybe their daddy wasn't there. So now they want somebody to act like their daddy.
Yeah. And also, like, what they don't see is, like, if you're raising her by herself, you're by yourself, she doesn't see you and him hugging, kissing. That affects kids too. When they don't see that interaction between their parents, they don't know that's what it's supposed to be like. So they go out and they don't know how to deal. It's hard for them to date because they don't understand that
affection is not seen. You don't see the affection.
You got your kids. You got to play with your wife. Go grab her and pinch her on the butt.
Slap on the butt. Slap on the butt.
Let them see.
Dad.
Let them see that love and affection, because that makes a huge difference.
Yeah. All right. The comments are going wild. Some women come to the most ridiculous requirements. They require the men to have all the boxes checked, but they come with next to nothing. Next to, I need my man. Feminism and independence was the biggest scam to hit American women.
They sure was. That feminism crap, man. Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's for
I don't need no man.
That's for the people who bat for the other team.
The switch hitters.
Yeah.
We don't need a man for anything. Our own baby.
Listen, I definitely need my husband.
It used to piss me off when I hear like women ask like, why are men intimidated by strong, independent Black women? And that is something that y'all came. That is not true.
It's not true.
They came up with that in their head. That is not true. You know what it is? Y'all, they are hard to deal with. There are a lot of them, not all of them, but some of them are, cannot be submissive, are going to be combative, and not going to let no man lead. And that's the deal with some of them. A lot of them can be.
Now, let me just say this. So, okay. When a woman is single, right, and they're having to take care of all of their own business, and they've been adults for some time, let's say 10 years or so. And so you've been living on your own, doing it your way, everything is good, everything is straight, right? So you have a sense of feeling like, okay, I'm doing it. Like, I don't need anybody else to help me. I got it, right? then you get a man, and dating, it's like, okay, you're in your house, I'm in my house, I'm still doing my thing, I'm still doing what I want to do. I love you, we have a good time together and everything. But then when you guys come together, it's like you feel like you're kind of losing your power a little bit. And so it's like, okay, now the man comes in, and now the decisions that you're used to making on your own, the decisions that you're used to just being able to say, yes, this is how it needs to be done, and I'm going to do it this way. When your husband comes in, it's hard to say, okay, I'm going to let him make the decision, because you're used to being the one who makes the decision. And if you don't agree with the decision, it becomes even harder for you to follow it if you don't agree with how it's being done. And then that's when it seems combative, because it's like, okay, you are supposed to like be a little bit more, not submissive, but you're supposed to fall back and let him lead. But if you feel like he's leading you astray, then that's when you become combative, because it's like, no, because I would have never done it that way.
Well, I don't think combative. I think it goes both ways. Men, women, you get together at if you get together at a certain point in your life and y'all created something as far as established life. You have kids. If you're older and you're in your 30s or 40s, you have kids, established life, never been married, and then you come in with meet somebody, they have kids, you have kids. You have to come to a medium point. You can't, as a man, you can come in and say, hey, well, this is why I do it. This is our family needs to do it this way. No, you need to have a sit down and talk with them, say, hey, I think this, and that's the leading in having your way as a man. He's like, okay, this is what we need to do. I think, what do you think? You know, and then give constructive way of doing it, not just like, okay, this is how I did it. This is what's going to happen. And then
but I don't,
and you need to be submissive to what I say.
But I don't think it happens like that. I feel like it happens more like, okay, it's already done. You didn't have a conversation. You just did it. And then after it happens.
Are we speaking personal experiences? Or
no, I'm just. No, no, because, you know, with me and Dwayne, we'll battle it out. You know, he ain't gonna just do something. We gonna battle it out. There's never a time that he's just gonna just go do something behind my back. I don't just go do something behind his back. We had that conversation when we first got married. Like, if we need to make decisions together. Now, do we always see eye to eye?
No.
But we've gotten to the point where the communication is a lot better, and like I know kind of, you know, how he would think about it, and he knows kind of how I would think about it. So I think, you know, when you first get married, you think that you know that person until you start making money decisions. Okay.
And people are, nobody's quick to work it out. There's a lot of, you know, we're in a society where you want it now and now, quick and now. Instant. Yeah. You want your food now. You want your microwave, as they call it, we're in a microwave society. So they believe you get with somebody, the love, the relationship, everything's supposed to work out right then and there. Oh, I love this person. They love me. Okay. Instantly. Y'all supposed to be just there forever. And it's supposed to work seamlessly forever because it's instant. It doesn't work that way. It didn't work that way back in the day with your grandma and grandpa.
You just didn't know it.
You just didn't know because they kept, as I say, this
slept in different bedrooms back in the day.
Different bedrooms. My grandparents, I didn't understand that concept. Hey. Like I saw it on, what was the show? Lucy show where they had separate beds, or Bewitched. In the old days, they had separate beds.
Well, that was because censorship was weird back then.
Censorship was weird back then, but also I remember going to my grandparents' house. I remember. When I was younger and I first met my grandparents, remembering they slept in different rooms.
Joe probably hated each other. So I ain't sleep with you no more. But we staying married though.
My mother's parents, they slept in different rooms across the hall, across the house. They not in separate rooms like next to each other. They in separate rooms across the house from each other. Yeah. And then my father's parents, they slept in separate rooms across from each other. I'm like, I didn't think nothing of it until I got to this age. I'm like,
nobody divorcing nobody.
They ain't nobody.
Don't like you. I'm gonna stay over here.
You know, it's like, okay.
Well, we're going to jump into a few comments. So we have Angel Jones. My mom would punch me in the face if she's seen or heard me disrespecting a woman. It's all in how you are raised.
It was. It
Yeah.
used to be how you raised.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people don't understand how they raised, and that's going to go into our next subject next week. But
Right.
let's get the comments.
And Breezy says, I'm gonna say this once. Black women and the Black family in general have deep-seated issues, but truly the problem starts with our Black men. Men have the God-given responsibility and right to guide
the
woman and family. Several generations of men missing from the family have caused problems that have now caused severe independence in women. If you want a problem.
If you want tongue it.
Oh no, that's probably
probably just a typo. You need to look at yourself first.
Yeah.
And then Dante says, realistically, people should be making those decisions together before they got married. And then he also goes on to say, as you progress, though, the relationship you should be preparing, moving towards being a married couple. The courtship and the relationship has gone by the wayside.
Yeah. And then to comment on Breezy's comment, like she's right. Like I've been saying this for a long time. It starts at home. Like we gotta raise our kids, people, and stop. It's gonna let me say this, and this is coming from a good place. It's gonna be hard for some people to understand this, but we gotta stop having kids out of wedlock and have them together so we can raise them together instead of just having kids by yourself and raise them together. And
there's an intentional thing. Some of these women are intentionally like, oh, I want a baby, so they get pregnant.
Come on, man.
Have a dude get pregnant and just like,
and then he's gone,
and then tell him I don't want you to ride or act a fool.
Yeah, and then the other side of things, fellas, y'all need to raise y'all kids, man. They running around. The Black man is not in a home. It starts at home, man. We gotta just do better as Black people, man. And I see it all the time. Everybody, when I was single trying to date, everybody had a baby daddy. Come on, man. Everybody had a baby daddy.
I say this because when I was 24, 25, and it baffled me because I was raised a little bit different. You know, when you're raised by immigrant parents that are not into the country, you see a different way of life. But I went to the barbershop one time, and I was 25 years old, and everybody in the barbershop had kids. And they weren't maybe a couple years or a year older than me, and I didn't have any kids. And they all like, man, what you waiting for? Why don't you just go ahead and have some kids? I like,
right.
I ain't got no girlfriend that I want to be with. Why would I just go ahead and have a kid, man? Don't you want to have? I said, yeah, I do. I want kids. I want to play. I want a couple kids. But I'm not just gonna go out there to have kids.
Just to be having.
It might be something, like, okay, sorry, like, oh shit, did I almost have it? But it didn't. So it's like point where I want to be around. I want to be there for the walk and the birthday parties and the school plays and the spelling bees and
I gotta tell you, Dwayne is like an amazing dad. Like I could have never even imagined. Like I knew that he wanted kids, but I never in my wildest dreams thought that he was gonna be the type of dad that he is. Like even my dad, when I was young, my dad traveled a lot because he was in the military. So a lot of the times it was, just me, my mom, and my sisters. And it was like my dad was like the fun weekend dad. Like he was only home on the weekends. You know what I'm saying?
It was like your dad was divorced, your parents were divorced, but they weren't.
Right. So he would come home like, on a Thursday, and he would be home Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And, that was the time when we would go and have fun and, do stuff. But it's like fast forward, many, many, many years later, now I have a younger sister. She's 14, and my dad's like always there with her. Like, and it's completely different. So when I see him interacting with her and like how he raises her, I'm like, dang, I don't remember that with my dad. I just remember the fun dad. My dad was like not the disciplinarian. It was my mom. So it was always kind of like, what?
Yeah.
So Dwayne is here all the time with Rachel. So she's going to have this amazing experience remembering all the good and a little bit of bad, you know, when she gets in trouble, but definitely, yeah.
So we have gone over our time. We usually do 45 minutes, but we had a good conversation for the show, first show back. So we appreciate y'all tuning in. So I'm just going to give y'all a preview from now. This year, we're doing previews. So next week's show, we're going to talk about the kids. What is going on with our children nowadays? What's going on with, you know, how are they being raised? What's up with this violence? You know, what changed from when we were younger to now? What's going on with the kids nowadays? We ain't talking about the sex part. You're right, Breezy. We didn't talk about the sex on the first date. That was part of the subject we were supposed to talk about.
So maybe we need to continue this next week so we can.
This is not a full subject. We don't just talking about sex. We talk about the love, the marriage, the dating, but we didn't talk about the sex. So
we'll talk about sex next week.
Okay, well, I guess we'll put the kids situation off. I guess kids will go into the sex part.
Yeah,
next week
because you have to have kids with sex.
You have kids with sex. So next week we'll be talking about sex and kids.
Sex on the first date and then kids on the second date.
Kids and then raising
kids on the second date.
That's what we're gonna talk about coming up in the next show. So we want to appreciate y'all hanging out with us on this Thursday night at 8:00. We are here every Thursday night. We'll be back. We're gonna see new things, better things. We're gonna see, you may see some light shows, some stuff.
Oh, geez.
I'm bringing in new things to the show. We're gonna have videos playing. You know, so get ready. 2023 is gonna be a new thing, and get ready. The audio version of the show is coming, so share it with everybody. We're gonna have the audio soon, so that you're gonna listen to us in the car, and people are gonna share it with us. So we thank y'all all for tuning in. Thank all y'all. We had a nice crowd, good 7. I know y'all missed it. Y'all must have missed us. So I want to thank all, our commentators, Kim, Dante, Breezy,
Angel,
Ansel, Robin. Appreciate y'all tuning in. So this has been our show for this week. We're going to catch y'all next week at 8:00.
So take us seriously, but not too seriously.
As we always say,
holla back.
Take us seriously, but not too seriously.
You see how he just said that right after me? Like he was like mansplaining to me. Peace.
Did she just do that to me? So peace. We gonna be out. Peace.